Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome to this simple tutorial on how to get better at last hitting in Dota 2. I'm a returning player. I played a lot before. I was about 3400 MMR in the very high skill bracket. I've come back and I've lost pretty much all of my skills. It's not like riding a bike. You do forget how to play Dota. So this tutorial goes out to people that are either newer players that aren't so good at last hitting, or mediocre players that want to get better at it, or returning players that just want to get back into it. The only way to really get good at last hitting is to just try it. So you go play, you go custom lobby, you go create, and depending on what comfort level you want to get into, you can either do no bots and you just last hit in a completely empty lane. And you should just keep doing this on the heroes that you play most. So if you're a Queen of Pain main and you always go mid, just keep doing this no bot, no pressure, last hitting exercise until you can get every single creep. If you miss a single creep, consider it a failure, play it to the end, try it again, and just keep doing it until you don't miss a single one, and then keep doing it until you never miss a single one, and then keep doing it until you can lane against a medium bot, and then keep doing it until you can lane against a hard bot, then keep doing it until you can lane against an unfair bot, and then at that point you'll have this amazing mastery on last hitting, and last hitting leads to more gold leads to more items leads to more damage or staying alive, those things lead to killing heroes leads to more gold, blah. It snowballs into you winning the game more than often than not. But if you're missing last hits, it's like you're just wasting your own time, failing to do something that's just free money, and the economy will generally win the game. If you are a better last hitter than the other team, you will slowly accrue this lead, and then your lead will possibly help win the game, hopefully. So we're just going to go into a lobby against just nothing, and I'm just going to random a hero, and we're just going to hit some creeps for a bit, see how it goes. Alright, it's loading. Oh boy, is it loading. We're going to random, we're going to try things out. Nature's Prophet is a pretty good hero for last hitting. I'm going to buy items as if it was a real game, so usually I play 4 position Nature's Prophet. I like to harass, so I'm going to pick up the things. You should practice as if you're playing it for real almost. So in a real game, I'm not just going to have like 5 Quelling Blades. I don't even think the damage stacks anyway. It might, I don't know. But in a real game, you won't have 5 Quelling Blades, so don't buy 5 Quelling Blades for the last hit tutorials. Likewise, in a real game, you'll be laning against people, so as soon as you feel comfortable last hitting with nothing, start last hitting with bots against you, because the hard bots and higher will try and deny creeps from you. Come on, let me in. There we go. Valve servers, hot trash. Again, skill the build that you would in a normal game if you're just following a guide, which I am. The Immortal Faith, Nature's Prophet. Does it even say what it is? It's just Immortal Faith, Nature's Prophet. But I usually play this build as a 4-pos and harass the enemies with the Blightstone and teleport around the map hoping to get kills. So in a real game you might run around, you might help secure a rune. Or if you're mid, like I've just ran down for some reason, you then generally don't actually want to put a ward like that. Then again, if I can't see up there, they can't see up there either. How much can I see? The tower provides vision to the river. I don't know if people would see me placing that or not. That's something I'll have to look up at some point. Let me know in the comments if that's a ward people see you place. If you run up to it like here, find it from the river. So if I'm mid, I might be fighting for this rune against a couple of bots. I might try and secure this rune so that the other team can't just run up and snipe it. And then I might run and try and get like the second half of a block. If I'm mid, I'm not sure if I skill trains or not, but we'll do it anyway. Alright, so we snipe that. And we probably want to work towards a null if we were laning mid. So I'll even start getting that circlet delivered. Here's my second half of a block. I fucked it up immediately. So again, this is good practice because I've now learned that I don't know how to block as Nature's Prophet. But I should get every single last hit Not every deny, because sometimes you will mistime things. Generally, want to keep the creeps about the same health, but shouldn't be too bad. So there's generally not an excuse for missing last hits with no enemy, because nobody's pressuring me. I'm not in any danger. It's just if I screw up my own creep equilibrium. I actually got that whole first wave. I got 4 last hits, 4 denies. Feels good. The treants might cost me some because I don't know the attack animation of the treants. And then the deeper we go, the better it gets. I missed a deny there. I overestimated my damage. There'll generally be a couple of reasons you miss CS. You may overestimate your damage, where you think you're going to hit harder than you do, and you don't. You may mistime your animation. You might think, yeah, I'll land an animation in that time, and you just don't. Or you might get baited by an opponent, which won't be a factor in this, and in a situation like that, they might be faking an animation to make you swing early or make you swing late, and they might trick you into missing a CS. I'm going to use the treants to tank it so it doesn't go under the tower, because this patch they changed the... Oh, I see, I mistimed the animation on that one. And there's not really any excuse for it, because I'm not even against anybody. Again, I auto-attacked a ranged creep, and now I'm doing what we call panicking, because I've missed one, and then it's just rapidly downhill from there. Again, the auto-attack's like clocked onto itself, which isn't what I wanted to do. I'm just gonna eat a tango. Man, Nature's Prophet takes towers fast when there's nobody in the lane. So now I've got this double range creep, things are getting scary. Quite difficult. I mistimed that one as well. So there's not really an excuse for missing these, because there's nothing here. Nothing is happening, nothing's forcing me to miss this. Let's grab a magic one, pretend I'm laying against like a bristle or something. There's just no excuse for it. It shouldn't happen. I think I missed a full wave at this point, because I'm at 16 with 3 minutes in. If there's 4 creeps every 30 seconds, that would be 20 creeps. Oh, they're all about the same health. This is going to be... Oh, then again, my guys are all dead. We stopped getting the denies as well after about 1 wave. Alright, here we go. Back in the rhythm now. Not missing everything, even getting some denies.
On my way.
Beautiful. Now getting this extra damage from the null and the magic wand, it feels a bit better.
Through shady lane.
Not even summoning treants at this point. But in a real game, I might not have the mana to summon treants. I might have teleported top and sprouted and missed a gank and didn't really get anything from it. Gonna go uphill so I don't miss uphill. Overestimated my damage. One of the 3 things that can happen, like I said, you either overestimate your damage, you mistime the attack animation, or something like an enemy denies it and just sneaks it from under you. Like that range creep sniped it from under me.
The wild is calling.
You might also miss uphill, but I'd consider that under the category of like something sniping it from you. So generally, depending on your MMR bracket, you might have a different expected CS by 10 minutes. I think the highest you can possibly get is about 100, depending if you even jungle as well. You might even be able to sneak something, like I have my treants here now, so I can bring them to here, and I can jungle this camp and take the wave all at once.
On my way.
If I go back and get this one.
So I go.
But doing this, I'm now getting an extra creep. I got 1 extra creep, but it's like I've pulled the enemy creeps into the jungle camp, and it's given me a couple extras. We'll go ahead and get half of treads.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom tower's getting taken out. That's strange. I guess the creep momentum when there's no players. Oh wow, the catapult sniped that from me. You might even snipe your own CS. Like, I'm tempted to use Wrath of Nature, but I don't know what it'll do to damage-wise exactly. Only got me one on the map. Catapults hit very hard to other catapults, so it's nice that that went onto the creep wave there. I'd like to pretend it was intended, but it wasn't. Treads are out. But yeah, depending on your bracket, you might have a different aim or plan for the level of farm or last hits you might want. Killing this tower is going to make things strange. Missed the last hit on the tower, that's bad kid behavior. So I probably won't be able to farm here in a real game, because the enemy team would just come and get me. Oh, I prioritized the deny and I got nothing. Also got my treads delivered to nothing. So some heroes can move into the jungle, like Nature's Prophet, Storm Spirit, Quap, anything with an AoE generally. Others not so much. Now I'm getting to that mid stage where I'm lazy and I just assume I'll get it because my damage should be higher than anything else. Sure enough, it's worked. Alright, what else can we get? Let's go ahead and grab some pushing items here. Definitely don't leave a Nature's Prophet alone then, is what this has taught me. Just takes the tower. Big lift. This tier 2's dying then. With 60 CS at 7 minutes, that's very, very good for... I wouldn't have this in a real game, I assure you that. I'd have been ganked by now. But that's what this practice is for, to not miss anything. I definitely missed some.
With a wild spirit.
Definitely could have got more. I think I have maybe missed 8, maybe 12. Oh, I lost the last hit again.
Middle tower has fallen.
Regen items were a poor choice for this, but once again, you have to kind of pretend that you're doing it like a real game. There's no point learning to last hit as Sven with 5 quelling blades, and that will never happen in a real game. You want to simulate a real game as much as possible. So if you're at the lower MMR, maybe go in medium bots, maybe easy bots. Definitely not passive, because they don't actually do anything. So I'm going to go a bit on farm rotation. It is 8 minutes. It's not unbelievable to use the TP scroll or the TP ability to go farm another lane. Oh, I missed that one. Poor choice. What may have happened is I may have missed some in the lane, but made up for it in the jungle. That Sentinel's gonna stomp. And we have a mech as well. So this is one of those examples where, say you're playing a public game and you're against a pretty trashy opponent, and you get this free farm. If you were missing these last hits, and you didn't have this 10-minute mech that's gonna come out, pretty much. 10-minute mech treads, the ability to teleport, like, this would be game-changing. You could TP into a lane, mech your whole team, win a team fight, off of that take a tower, off of that get map control, off of that win the game. But if you don't know how to last hit, and you missed half the things in the lane, I would only have treads. This mech is pure gravy on top of the last hitting exercise I've done. Well, it's also not even factoring in stuff like bounty runes, of which I would have had a couple. But it's also not factoring in ganks, and the enemy laner will always stop you getting as much farm as you want, because if you're free farming, they'll hit you, or if they don't want you to farm, they might even do some goofy stuff. I missed another last hit there, bad. They might do some goofy stuff like just sit there and deny you. I'm a big fan of denying things. So it's 10 minutes, I got 87 CS. Like I said before, I feel like the maximum you can get is about 100, just in a free farm empty situation. You probably can get higher. People probably have done higher, especially on certain heroes like Shadow Fiend, where you just walk away from the mid lane raise a couple of times and you get like 5 CS, you can definitely get above 100. But I would say 10 minutes, just random a hero and try and get 100 CS, because 10 minutes, every 30 seconds 4 creeps spawn, that's 80 in the lane. And then you can grab a couple in jungle camps, you probably can, I believe in you to be able to do that. 100 creeps at 10 minutes should be what you're aiming for in an empty game with nothing, but it depends on your bracket and MMR. It's like its own middle mini-game, last hitting, and it matters a lot in the early game, and not at all in the mid to late game, because you just hit hard enough to get it. However, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope that this illustrates the effect that just getting every last hit can have on a game. I've got a pretty hefty net worth, mech's about 2,000, treads about 1,500, so that's 3,500, 3,800, 4,200, 4,700, 500 in the bank. I've got about 5,000 gold net worth. I'm pretty sure if I actually GG out, it'll give me that exact calculation. But having 5k at 10 minutes compared to missing half of those last hits and only having 3k at 10 minutes, huge difference. I want to see exactly what it was though. I think 5k feels like the net worth I have from this game. 5,400, so having 5k at 10 minutes, being able to TP in a mech, or no matter what hero you are, say you're an Earthshaker, you want that Blink Dagger, say you are a Huskar, you want some kind of lifesteal item, or a Halberd maybe you could get with that net worth. Having those items will help you in the game, but you're not going to get them unless you last hit every chance. If you're a core player, this is important because you need every bit of farm you can get. If you're a support player, it's even more important because you might only get offered a couple of creeps the whole game. You might only get that bit of farm when the carry goes in too deep, dies, and you get 30 seconds in the lane alone, and you get offered 3 last hits. They might be the only 3 last hits you're given for the laning phase. If you miss them, what are you doing? That's like 150 gold you just threw down the drain. That's the only money you were going to get. But thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm hoping to do some more Dota 2 content, but I don't know about that because I'm not that good. But thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.